Okay, so this live stream is for Aries, the first house. And I want to go through Aries connections with the 12 houses, starting in their first house. So Aries with other Aries. Hey everybody. Hi chat. Okay. Hi Aries and Aries cross first house. Okay, so there might be a third party situation with this Aries and Aries connection, but it looks like they're getting to the bottom of it. It looks like making a decision. Making a decision. So that's what's been presented is, multiple people in the connection has come to the point of obstructive interference, heartbreak, some pain and feeling violated, some violations in the connection because of the obstructive interference. So let's see. So yeah, wanting to get out of the toxicity of that. And it looks like make a decision, but it also looks like they're having to deal with the toxicity of the obstructive interference from the other person as well. All right, so the Queen of Pentacles makes an appearance here, and also the Aries energy, the person of interest, is showing up as the King of Pentacles. So let's see here. Okay, also a Hermit is making an appearance. Okay, the King of Pentacles. All right, Justice, Scales. So some signs are coming up. Like prominent signs with the Taurus, prominent signs with the Virgo, prominent signs with the Libra, because we have the air and we have the King of Pentacles. I'm mentioning prominent signs, but all signs are present in a general reading. King of Pentacles showing up again, and a Tower. See, so there's some obstructive interference, and it's bringing about a Tower moment in the connection. Pisces energy is coming up, but also could be a Scorpio or a Cancer. All right, but the connection is difficult to move away from. So there's one person that energy looks like could be replaceable or withdraw themselves from the connection, basically resulting in a breakup. Someone else in the connection, though, their energy is not replaceable. They're stuck in the dynamic. There's a connection that prohibits them from walking away as easily as the other energy looks like. Okay, so as that obstructive interference, we saw a breakup. As described, somebody withdrew their energy, and there was a connection there that could not withdraw as much, due to the soul ties, the obligations that they feel keeps them in the connection, a lack of closure. So that it was like a process of elimination. So now, since that withdrawal, the third party situation became evident. I'm looking at the Four of Fire. So there's more stability. There's an Empress on the stage now. So it looks like this is the energy that could not be easily replaced. And now there's the Three of Cups. So the connection is easily improving. It's improving. The Nine of Pentacles, their environment is much better since that third party removed out of their connection. Now there's looks like some clearing of the air with the Eight of Fire and holding back. All right, so it looks like that third party situation may be trying to communicate back into this connection as described, but there's holding back from it. So it looks like that communication is being ignored from the third party, obstructive interference. So this connection is getting better. Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. It looks like now the connection is also ascending to a higher level of commitment. So with the information provided, there may be a likelihood that that third party situation that interfered as described came into a connection that energetically looked like it was it did not look like it was a marriage. It looks like though that those people were more committed to their connection. Those people seem to be more in alignment. They resonated better. So it looks like now, because what I described before was not officiated though. That's what that one looked like. So technically that obstructive interference brought this connection closer because it helped through the process of elimination as described, that they were actually locked in, and the one that was replaceable removed itself from the connection. So it looks like it has potential to move to a higher level of commitment. 13 major arcana shows up. Why would the 13 major arcana show up? But that is Scorpio's energy, by the way. There goes the Queen of Cups, so potentially a Scorpio is in this picture. But also, could we mentioned Pisces already, and we've already mentioned Cancer too. So there's that. The King of Pentacles also is making an appearance. We felt the King of Pentacles' presence here. So let's see what's going on. It looks like, let's see, King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Swords, Seven of Swords. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like the beginning of the reading, as I was describing it, was so simple and clear that that's a complete reading. There's a more complicated storyline coming up at this time. Other people of interest are coming up. Okay, so there's another relationship being described now. There's another relationship being described now. Should I continue to do? No, because all I wanted to figure out was what was going on, the way the deck was responding. I needed to clarify, I needed to stay there. But let's keep going because we have a lot of connections to explore with Aries. I feel like at the end of the day, yes, there were going to be other connections to be explored, but basically it looked similar, but just a different variety of different storylines. I'm preparing to continue moving through this house to see the way the energy, but actually I think that's what we just seen there. That's the energy I'm picking up. Yeah, gotta go to the second house now. Just a moment. Okay, gotta go to the second house. Okay, because I don't want to drain. I can't stay here too long. There's a lot. Hopefully, actually, we'll get more because basically, there a lot of characters wanted to take the stage. Like, so we'll get there. Thankfully. Okay. Talking to myself, kind of helping me disengage and move to the next connection, the second house. Okay, looking at Aries and Taurus connection. Okay, so at the moment, this connection, something is being considered, something is about this connection is under consideration. So let's see. Okay, so it looks like there's a particular love interest that is in focus right now. And it looks like there's some contemplation about coming out of the cold, some sort of communication. Okay, but I'm supposed to start here. Alright, so yes, there's some desire about working. Something about work. Okay, so it looks like, yes, I'm getting a confirmation here that they're thinking about their person of interest. They are also been lost in work. They've been exerting a lot of their energy towards work is what it looks like, but while they're working, this person of interest crossed their mind. Okay, yes, see, confirmation this person crossed their mind. Also, it looks like they're This is a connection. They may both be thinking about one another. But somebody is not able to move out of the connection. Uh, there's a connection here. There's favorable memories about the person. The Hermit makes an appearance. 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords. So it looks like although there's some favorable memories about it, it also some painful memories about it. Okay, brought it to a breaking point, purging out that connection is what it looks like. King of Cups makes an appearance. 3 of Swords. So here's a heartbreak. So it looks like there might be a couple different people coming up. There goes the Taurus, and looking for Aries. 7 of Cups. It would look like maybe a Taurus and a Libra. 7 of Fire, because this one is starting to look like a Bachelor. There's an Empress. 7 of Cups, King of Pentacles, 3 of Fire. Okay, it looks like there's a particular lover that comes up. Can't stop thinking about him. Does not have the other connections that they thought about came with the 3 of Swords, a heartbreak, and disengaged from those connections, even if there was a strong bond. But this one here, someone came up as Empress. Now love, I haven't seen anything bad come up about it. A lot of unknowns and questions about maybe what about this one, thinking what about this one. Let's see, 13 major arcana. Apprentice, 6 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Chariot. Alright, so it looks like they're settling on this one, and it looks like this is our Aries. Page of Pentacles, 4 of Fire. Okay, yeah, so Aries. So yeah, it looks like settling on Aries energy, wanting to reach out, wanting to communicate. So let's see what this phase looks like. It looks like the moment thoughts about it, but I haven't necessarily seen the action. I did see, it looked like there was, the Chariot came out, so let's see, something about it was patient. So whatever action took place, some phone call, maybe they seen each other, yeah, because they seen the 4 of Fire, but it looked like everything was going well in this connection. So 9 of Pentacles, Temperance, 7 of Cups. So still wondering. Page of Pentacles, 5 of Fire, Empress, 7 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, 5 of Fire, Magician, 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords. Here goes Aries energy. Queen of Fire, the Sun, King of Cups, 9 of Swords, 7 of Fire. Okay, freeze themselves. So the connection being described still looks like there's dating. Okay, it looks like there's dating, but all the other options look toxic except for the one with Aries. Aries looks like the most favorable of all the other connections that are on the table. Somebody continues to reach out though and connect, coming up as the Page of Pentacles. And then Aries. So it almost looks like the other connections may be in more communication. And then when I mentioned Taurus, it could be Aries' energy, but the King of Pentacles is technically Taurus's energy though. But anyhow, so it looks like this connection between Aries and Taurus is a flirtatious one. Aries energy looks pretty cool in this one, but touch and go. Touch and go. True love. Separation. Free yourself. Alright, so yeah. Confirming that there is distance and there's a touch and go. touch and go. And dating. Free yourself. Yeah, it looks like some of those connections are toxic. It looked like the one with Aries was the best, but it was real touch and go. So let's move to the third house, which would be Gemini's house. Hey chat, you want to know if you should drink her bath water? That's interesting. Somebody wants to know if they should drink her bath water. All right. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Should he drink her bath water? Oh, that looks like a yes. Okay. Says make sure you're tested first. Otherwise, that look like a yes. There was a highlighted area of concern. Leo's the fifth house. That's risky behaviors. Showed up. Yes, good. Get tested first though. I'm really grateful for that disclaimer because I think that's what I'm supposed to also say for community guidelines too. Educational purposes only. Don't take my word for it. Get expert advice. Take a test. Don't indulge in risky behavior. I am not responsible. Type of disclaimers. Alright, let's see what this is. Eight of Fire. I said it was Leo, the king of, no, it was Leo. The strength card is Leo's major arcana. It pointed to the fifth house for me, which is talking about risky behaviors. Taking a risk in courtship and children too, yeah. Think about all of that stuff. Let's see. Nine of Swords. Finally. Whew. You distracted me with all that bath water talk. You guys have all the fun. Okay. Next house is the third house. That was... Alright. There we go. Okay, dear Holy Spirit, please give me a reading for Aries and Gemini. Aries and Gemini. Aries and Gemini. Okay. Aries and Gemini. Oh, wow. I haven't... You guys, listen, that was such a beautiful, clear shot. A yes, and a more yes. Yes, yes, more yes. Ace of Swords, Ace of Fire, and the Lovers. That's such a straight shot. And I appreciate it. Because now we can move to the next house, which is going to look at Aries and Cancer's connection. Wow. Is that the bathwater one? The yes and yes and more yes? I don't know. But that is yes and yes and more yes. Probably. Probably. Okay, let's see what's going on with it. You guys have all the fun. You guys have all the fun. Because what's going on? There we go. Alright. Shoot, we haven't even gotten to the 5th house yet. That's Leo's house. So I wonder what's going on in there. We're on our way. Alright, so let's see. Now we're going to Cancer's house in just a moment. What am I doing? Looking at Aries and Gemini's. Well, we just finished. Aries and Gemini had a beautiful Ace of Swords, Ace of Fire, and Lover. Straight shot. That's a good connection right there. So now we're going to look at Aries and Cancer, the 4th house. 1st and 4th house connections. Let's see. Okay. Okay. This is also a yes. All right. You guys are checking off your checklist. That part checks out. The passion is good. A passionate new start. Also, synchronicity and alignment that this may be the one. So, yes, there's a good connection here in this house too. Aries and Cancers are doing good. This reading's connection says yes. So now, yes, we're going to our 5th house and check out what's going on with Leo. Leo had me, this Aries and Leo connection had me stuttering all the way. So let's see what's going on with it. Let's see here. Leo, because I was like, should you drink her bath water? And there was a yes, and then Leo's energy came up, and I was like, whoa, Leo. Okay, what's going on with it? Ooh, look, I'm all discombobulated. This way. Let's go this way. 5th house, Leo. What's going on with it? Well, somebody's thinking very much. Oh, they got to get out of their head about what they're thinking. Oh, for sure, Leo. Oh my goodness. Look at there. So this connection is definitely getting off the ground here. Somebody can't stop thinking about the other one, man. They got to get out of their head about what they're thinking about. And love. 5 of Swords, 8 of Fire, the Lovers. All right. Whoa, Jack. You guys have all the fun. Okay, now we'll look at Aries and Virgo. There goes Virgo. Can't wait, huh, Virgo? Oh, my goodness. My bad. Virgo is all up on the stage already, yo. I'm not even ready to get there yet. There goes the King of Pentacles and the Hermit. And the Queen of Pentacles. You see that? But of course it would. Of course it would. Hold on again. Okay. We can't wait. We can't wait. We can't wait, can we? Whoa, Jack. You're just going to force yourself on the stage, huh? Well. There's a lot of excitability about communicating next. Definitely thinking about each other a lot. Okay? And it looks like there's a high potential for this connection to ascend to a higher level of commitment. Alright? There's a little bit of impatience. Clearly you saw that. Somebody's trying to be really calm, cool, collect about it. But there's a lot of impatience, so it looks like just might make your socks knock off, blow off, pop off. Fireworks, fireworks, fireworks. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. Romance. Wow. Well, I feel like I need a break on that one. I gotta come back, yo. I just gotta over sense. What is the word, guys? I really do. Okay, time for a cold shower. I'll be right back. Thank you so much. Till next time. Peace.